Michael Rooker? You want to give him a rank? What's up, everybody? I am Suraj here from the Normies, and I'm sitting here with Na Lee from Peacemaker. He plays Judomaster.
Ding dong, bitches!
Thank you for joining us, taking the time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Heck yeah. We just talked about how you're spending some time with family. And, you know, I was looking into your bio. I know you moved here when you were 6, debating on whether or not to go into theater or something in law, I believe. And I was wondering, were your parents totally cool with you pursuing something in the arts like that? Or were they more traditional in that sense, you know?
I was very fortunate that my mom sort of let me do whatever I want, because her growing up, her parents died when she was very young. So she, was the eldest in the family. So she had to take care of everyone else. So she didn't get a chance to follow her dreams. And then when we came to the States, she worked in a factory the whole time. And so it was never, I've asked her on several occasions what she wanted to do, or what her dreams were. And she was like, for me, it was just making sure that my family's okay, making sure that you have education and you're doing all right with your life. And so she said she never wanted to be the parent that would hold her children back from pursuing their dreams. And I know that's not the consensus for a lot of Asian families. So I was very fortunate that that was the case for me. And, going to like the premieres and all that kind of stuff, it's never lost on me the privilege that this is, and it through the sacrifices of my mom and my family that I've gotten to be where I am now.
We are what we are because of our parents, I feel that same way. Everything I do, I feel like I owe to my mom and dad for trying to give me the best life here. And yeah, you spoke about going to premieres and everything. I think in previous interviews, you talked about how, well, first, no one knew Judomaster was going to be in season 1 of Peacemaker. So I think when you were at the red carpet for season 1, you said you felt like you were undercover a little bit because no one knew who your character was yet. Do you feel more integrated now into the James Gunn and DC cast and fandom? Or, it's been a few years, so I don't know how you're feeling now compared to how you felt then.
Yeah, so ever since finishing season 1 in the James Gunn family and, all the cast, everyone's been super nice since day 1. So that was never a huge change in between the seasons. What I didn't expect was the fan reception of Judomaster. He's this sort of weird side character. And when I was playing him in season 1, I was like, no one's going to get him. He's so weird and out there. This might be my last job in Hollywood. And then after it came out, it was sort of like this cult following of this little martial artist who eats Cheetos and, is sassy and all that kind of stuff. So it was very warm and nice to have fans excited that he was coming back in season 2.
Nigga, do you heal with Cheetos?
I think what kind of won me over with Judomaster was that he kept coming back after I was wondering if that was confusing for you, because I know certain cast members get all 8 episodes of the script or whatever beforehand. Did you have all the script, or were you reading it and you're like, oh, I guess that's it for me? Oh, wait, I'm back. Oh, no, I guess that's it for me. Tell me about that experience.
Yeah, so I think they gave me the first batch of scripts, maybe like 3 or 4 episodes. And you've seen the series. In the first episode, in the first episode that he was in episode 3, I thought he was dead. I'm like, okay, great, he's dead. And then I kept reading, and then he's back, and then he gets shot, and then he's back, and then I'm like, why won't this person die?
It's always interesting because I guess you never know how fans or people are going to respond, especially when it comes to superhero stuff, which can be so touchy with people. They can be so serious about it. So you've navigated it very well. And I have seen the comments too. People love Judomaster. They love seeing interviews with you because they're like, oh my gosh, like you're such an actor because you transform into the role. They never would expect someone so nice and respectable as you to be the the little shit judo master.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was such a huge juxtaposition. Just recently, as this second season's coming out, I've been reading more on the comments, and they're always like, "Nice, so nice," and he's such an asshole as judo master. And even in the podcast with James, they speak about it several times. So yeah, I love playing judo master. It's so sort of freeing in a way. As no, I'm sort of shy and soft-spoken and very polite. And as judo master, he can do or say whatever he wants. Because what, you're gonna try to beat him up? Like you can't mess with him. Because on set we get dressed in the costume, and then it isn't until I wear the cowl, and once I do, it's just sort of like my vision is here, and this is all I can do, and so it just sort of gets me in that mood.
That's right. Yeah, that's the final piece, like the Vader helmet.
Like no more Mr. Nice Guy.
I think you got him.
I was listening to some of the James Gunn podcasts, the one that posted last week, episode 7 of last season, when you improv'd a little bit against the frat guys outside the gas station when they did like the little dance or whatever. And I guess when you went to beat them back up, you did an impression of him. And I guess that was something improvised by you. Is that kind of what it's like working with James Gunn? Is it a very collaborative experience like that? Or does he sometimes know exactly what he wants? Or sometimes he's like, play with it a little bit?
So one thing I want to say before all of that is, a lot of the interviews that you see on late night, they're like, oh, how was it like improvising and all that kind of stuff. And what you see on the screen is probably 98% written by James. Like it just feels so natural and so funny because he's such a great writer. But there are times where, I can sneak little things here and there, or if he's directing, he'll just call out lines and stuff like that. So it is still really like fun and fresh set to be on. He is very collaborative, but he is someone who knows exactly what he wants. I remember, I think it was like one of the first days that we were shooting, and I just had to do like a simple thing. And it was after the first take, he's like, okay, great, moving on. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, don't you want other options, but if it's what he envisioned and you got it, like why waste time on doing more takes, so I do appreciate that.
That's kind of in line of what I've heard about Gunn so far. And yeah, I'm really happy the DCEU is in his hands now, because that also was kind of a change from season 1 to season 2, because I don't think he had the keys per se at the time. Right. And now he's the guy in charge. So no, that's amazing. Yeah, he has nothing but nice things to say to you. I was going to ask about the dance because it's such a popular thing, and I've heard through the grapevine that there is going to be a new dance season 2. We're recording this before I've even seen the premiere. This is a day before the premiere. So I was wondering if there was anything you could tell us about the new dance. Will you have some actual dancing in it? Because I know if you have a musical theater background, I'm sure you were probably itching to dance in season 1, but you kind of just had the pose, which is the coolest part because you're in the title splash. But I was wondering, do you do some actual dancing in this one?
So when I went through acting training, I just did straight acting, not musical theater. So dancing and singing are not my strong points. But for season 1, there was a time where I did rehearse the dance, and then James was like, we sort of want to do something special for Judomaster, and he'll peek in here and there. So we scrapped all the dancing bits and just did the little thing. But for the second season, Judomaster does get to do a little bit more dancing this time. And as Carissa Barton, our choreographer, said, she infused a little bit more of the story into this season's dance. So I think it would be smart for fans to maybe tune into what's going on in the dances a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So some little surprises each. So don't skip the intro.
Never skip the intro.
Never skip the intro for anime, for live action, for whatever.
Right.
I wanted to do something kind of fun if you still had time. So I know Carissa Barton said something about Robert Patrick kind of being tough to choreograph in season 1. So I was wondering if I could list off some of the cast of season 2, and if you'd be willing to tier list them from S as one of the best dancers, and F would be Frank Grillo tier, because I heard he struggled a bit in this season.
Aptly named F for Frank.
Yeah, so he's already there.
No, he's great. It was fun. But yeah, go for it.
Are you done? Okay. John Cena.
John Cena. I would say probably A tier.
As the main, he has to be. Danielle.
Danielle, A. She's great.
Freddie.
Freddie might be S.
Yeah.
Freddie is on it. Yeah.
Yeah. He's I wouldn't have expected that from him, but
Right. Vigilante, maybe not, but Freddie, yes.
Yeah. Jennifer.
S plus.
Yeah.
Plus. She is like, everyone is excited when Jen is in front of them in the dance, because you can sort of just watch her and know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
She's
great.
the best.
Awesome. Steve.
Steve.
I remember Carissa saying that he was a good learner.
Steve, I love Steve, but dancing wise, maybe like a C.
See?
Let's do C, yeah.
That's better than Frank. Right?
Yeah.
Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick was a lot better this season, because the first season he didn't really understand what was going on in the dance. And so this season he was like, I'm gonna make it a point to, really try my best. And I think it was pretty good. He was behind me in the dance, so I didn't really get to watch, but from what I heard, he's probably, maybe let's give him a B.
Okay, that's good. So he was behind you, watching you and Jennifer. That's why he was doing so good. I guess I actually don't know if these people are going to be in there, and it might be a spoiler to ask, but Michael Rooker? I don't know if he's in there or not.
Michael Rooker is in it.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Yes, he's yes.
You want to give him a rank as our final one?
So it was me in front, Robert Patrick, and Michael Rooker on the side, and we were having the best time that day. But I think dancing wise, maybe like a C.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I guess last would be Judomaster. I know you said you did more plays than musical theater, but what do you think? Did you impress yourself?
I would give myself like maybe an A.
Yeah, I think, because I mean, you're doing wushu and martial arts. I know you say you don't have proficiency in dancing, but I mean, that is kind of a dance in a way.
Yeah, that's what carries through. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm sorry I conflated your play acting with musical theater, because I just started myself last year, like after having never done it.
Oh wow.
And so I was and I love it now. I'm doing more even this year. And so I was thinking back, because I'm 35, about to be 36, and I was like, why didn't I do this when I was younger? Like, why didn't I want to? And I think it was because I was worried about what people would think of me, or I was worried about the perception of that. So I was wondering if you had any parting message to give to anyone aspiring in the audience to be an actor, even just to follow their passion, their dreams. Like, I know you have your pottery company as well. Do you have any advice for any youngsters out there that would be, I don't know, be willing to hear your wisdom?
Yeah, I think something that jumped in my mind right away is right when when first images of Judomaster came out in season 1, the internet, especially the Asian community, was like, oh, like they chose this short little effeminate guy to play a superhero. Like, what does the world think of Asians, And so my response back to that was so you only want representation that serves your narrative, as opposed to what happens when there are people like me out there who are short, more effeminate and, soft spoken. Like, where's our representation? So I think as a young performer going out there, sort of your superpower is being who you are, and so firm in that I remember going to auditions for like theater or films or whatever, and I would try to like stand on my tippy toes to try to be a little taller or present myself a little more straight acting or whatever it is. And you're doing yourself a disservice by doing all of those things. Like, sure, the character might call for it, but if you don't get this role, and this is what the casting director sees you as, they're going to be like, oh, you're inauthentic, you're phony, you're acting at it, as opposed to just taking the character into yourself, being who you are, and doing the best acting you can in that circumstance. So disregard what the world can perceive you as or not, and just be authentically you, and that can filter in through any medium that you're in.
That's beautiful. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And yeah, it's arguably more stereotypical to cast an Asian person as the standard Asian buff like person. I don't know, you know what I mean? Or even when I see Indian people casted, and it used to be they're always like had the accent and they'd be kind of the comic relief. But now I'm seeing more different types of roles for Indian people, and it's good because we're not all one typecast of person. So it's great. Thank you for that. That was great.
Yeah, of course.
Wait,
you're doing musical theater now or just acting?
So I wanted to do voice acting, and every time we would go to conventions, I would talk to people, and they said, "Oh, you have to do theater." And so I started with a play, and then I got like the Rocky Horror lead suddenly. Oh, wow. And I was like, are you familiar with that play?
Yeah.
I got Brad, and I was like, holy crap. I had no vocal training whatsoever, but they liked me. So I'm like kind of in it now. And yeah, I feel so foolish for not trying to do it earlier. You know what I mean? But
that's better. Okay. The second best time is now, right?
That's true. Second best time is now is also great advice for anyone out there. But yeah, I'm hoping to, pursue it more and possibly more getting to voice acting and more acting. But that's not enough about me. Before we head out here, I just want you to, could you give anybody a preview what to expect from Judomaster this season? Anything like, I don't know, anything that you can say, I guess.
Expect more Judomaster. You'll learn a little bit more about him, and there's not much I can say, but he does a little bit more this season, and I'm very excited in the direction that he's headed.
Awesome. Well, Nhut, I really appreciate you taking your time to talking to us.
Of course. Yeah, thanks for having me. I love watching your guys' stuff.
Oh, you watch us? That's really
yeah. It was so fun. I love watching reaction videos. I saw the one that you did of Peacemaker.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Now I'm like, oh gosh, what did I say in that? It was just genuine reacting, but we loved it. We're gonna have the same people that watched it be back tomorrow and everything too. So
love it. Amazing.
Yeah, it's always good to hear when actors or creatives actually approve of reactions, because it can be a little bit of a stigma. We try to do it in a way that is not, we're not showing the entire episode, because people need to watch it themselves. But to me, it's such a fun way for people to share in the joy of it, because you never watch something for the first time again, but when you watch it with someone else, that's the way to kind of feel it.
Right. And it was sort of like that the instant gratification that I was talking to you about for theater actors. Film and TV actors don't really get that, and so when we see you guys reacting to it for the first time, it's sort of nice, that like the laughs are hitting or like the emotional moments are there. So yeah, I appreciate what you guys do.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate that so much, more than you ever know. So thank you, Nhut, and I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope there's more to your career, and I'll be looking forward to anything you do next.
Yeah, so great meeting you. Tell everyone I said hi over there.
I will. Thank you. Do you want to just say like, hi, Normies, or something like that.
Hey, Normies, keep it up. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. Nah. Well, have a great one. I'm very excited for tomorrow's premiere.
Awesome. See you later.
See ya. Bye.